Tell him what you told me.
He was a big wolf cop.
Lou, you're a wolf cop.
Wolfcop. The thing is, I haven't seen this movie yet, but I have a feeling I know what it's about.
Yeah, that's kind of the funny thing about the movie is you don't really need a detailed synopsis. You pretty much get it from the title.
I have not seen the movie yet. I'm going to see it tonight at midnight with friends. From what I know, you want it to be a fun movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I would strongly encourage people go out and have a few drinks before. You know, I think
it's happening.
It's the kind of movie. You know, I was so excited actually that for here at Fantasia, it's the first time I'm seeing it with a midnight crowd, and it should be a midnight movie. That's the kind of movie it is, and it's absurd and ridiculous, and obviously heavily inspired by like B-movie grindhouse movies. So you should. We jokingly say the main character is named Lou, and he drinks a lot. So we don't want people to drink every time he drinks, but it should be like a drinking game.
Yeah, I heard of Wolfcop a couple of months ago. Actually, I think I saw a trailer, and I'm just like, this is right up my alley. But what really moved me about it is that it wasn't this rubbery, crappy-looking American Werewolf in Paris type of werewolf. You know, you guys were using practical effects, and it looks like a dude with prosthetics on and stuff.
Yeah, and there hasn't been a lot of that lately, I find.
Nope.
And especially as a werewolf fan, I reference things like Twilight and True Blood, where modern culture sees a werewolf as a guy who walks around without a shirt, who's ripped, who then runs on all fours and becomes, in a digital morph, a husky or something, you know, run. I hoped that it wasn't just me and there were people who wanted that old school look. You know, I love the old Wolfman, like the Universal Wolfman, and yeah, it's a bit cheesy, but there's something really endearing about it. And Teen Wolf, you know, things like that. So like if you have Teen Wolf and give him a bit of edge and dirty him up a bit and make him a bit of a horn dog who likes to drink, it's like, what's wrong with that? I think that's wonderful.
No, you're giving me a geek chubby, dude. That's
good.
That's awesome.
What big teeth you have. That's not all.
So, what's your favorite werewolf movie, and what's your favorite cop movie?
Oh, that's a tough one. I actually really love werewolf movies, and I really love cop movies, obviously. I'd say a favorite werewolf movie is American Werewolf in London, and favorite cop movie right now I'm really feeling lately Lethal Weapon-y.
Oh, yeah?
I've been thinking a lot about Lethal Weapon. I don't know why.
Imagine if Riggs turned into a werewolf.
I know. He's halfway there, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
With that mullet.
Oh, yeah. And who's your favorite anti-hero cop besides Riggs?
It's a tough one. I mean, would you consider John McClane anti-hero?
Oh, yeah. So did you ever as a child think, what if he was a werewolf, man?
No, I really didn't. But in a way, that is kind of... I mean, John McClane's a more aggressive hero, and Lou Guru, our wolf cop, he pretty much has to be forced into fighting crime. He's usually just drinking in a corner somewhere.
That's a fantastic answer.
Did you think of myself when I'm the wolf?
You did seem like freakishly strong. You had those claws and those teeth. Plus, you know, you were drunk, so I knew it was you.
Actually, we're just finishing off the DVD now and like, you know, jam-packing it with extras. But, yeah, I mean, it was a really intense shoot. The thing that was so intense for me with this production was it was 17 days, you know, which is crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a true B-movie and grindhouse movie, you know, in terms of the speed and how we had to do it. You know, we had a little bit of money. We had enough to be dangerous for sure. So, but we didn't have time to be precious, you know, like when, for example, with our transformations or with our fight scenes or big moments like that, we'd constantly come up with a plan A and a plan B and a plan C. So it was a very fluid, on-the-run experience, and I really learned the value of doing things cheap and dirty. You know, like sometimes an effect that we had planned that we were going to do in an hour, we would just do it on the fly in 10 minutes and then just, you know, have all these weird blood and entrails and guts and just throwing them against the wall. It's like, you know what? This actually is more dramatic than what we planned.
It kind of looks like you.
Ooh, got to stop over at the brewery, do some investigating.
And it was such a passion project that people were never like, well, I put in my, 12 hours, see you later. So if we didn't get things at the end of our 17 days, we just made a list, and myself and the producers and Emerson, we wouldn't just leave something out of the movie if we needed it to be right. If we missed that really awesome close-up of him ripping his chest open, we wouldn't just say, nah, next movie. We'd go out on a weekend after it was done and get the camera back, and we got those shots, because that's what you have to do on a movie like this.
Fighting in the trenches.
Yeah, it's like independent film is, the best analogy is war, I think. It is like a war, you hope you have a team that you trust, and it's also like I always compare making a movie to like a road trip, or who do you trust? Who's going to pay, their share of the gas? Who's going to do these things? You need people that you can trust, and people who will have your back, and people definitely at this budget level who are in it for the love. If you're in it for a job, you're in the wrong business,
So any inspirational words to the young person of today?
Yeah, definitely. My biggest piece of advice, or the thing I feel that has guided me the best, is just doing things. There's a lot of people who I think, I know a lot of people who call themselves filmmakers who don't make films, and you see a lot of it. It's kind of in the culture of filmmaking, it's like talking about movies more than making movies, and I love action, and I love just doing things, and I've made a lot of things I regret, but I've learned a lesson on every single project.
Yeah, I'm the Wolfcop.
Hello.
Carl.
Oh my God! If you're right.